6 by 3, that is 18 square feet per person, whereas we hardly do it with even 12 sometimes, because of the fact that nobody sleeps during the night, Almost everyone is either on the hill forming a queue of 7 to 8 hours, or they are having the bath, which we start from on 30th at 10 o'clock in the night till 7 o'clock, and either or having a little bit of food from all the stalls. And with the result that we always see that there is good amount of space. So anyone who comes in, we say, all right, go to this tent, go to that hostel. So we go on putting everyone inside the hostel so that they have at least a little bit of shelter. In here, this Amar Tithi, we have a district in Maharashtra, that is Wardha. Now Wardha is near Nagpur, where Baba had been a couple of times, but never had Baba been in Wardha. But still, there is so much of awakening of Babas in Wardha that almost 20% of the whole crowd is from Wardha. I don't know how it has come true, but it is so. People just come in from Wardha by buses, and they do it. And with that, the work increases, but we have a force of about 400 volunteers, girls and boys, who really do their very best, sometimes taking up the duties for 12 hours, 14 hours and 16 hours also. That is how it is possible. Otherwise, because now of so much of rush, you all know that we have the new side where at least 70 to 80 buses come in with all their utensils and all that, because most of the people coming from south, they do not like the Maharashtrian food. So they would like to have their own food. So there are special 2 tents which are put up in new side, where men and women have 2 tents, and we give them the stalls, kitchen sheds, where they cook their own food. Now I think from the time we have entered Melbourne 1 month back, there have been some instances where we have been asked about this chemical factory, and want to give you some picture about it. Number one, this is Baba's game. I tell you, it is definitely a Baba's game now, because of you all sending letters after letters to the President, to the Prime Minister and all the high officials. All of a sudden, there is an uproar in Bombay and Delhi, and all the bureaucrats also have started knowing about Baba. Not only that, but even the judiciary has come to know about it, and I will give you an instance as to how it has helped. It so happened, by the way, you all know that the case which was filed in Aurangabad High Court was lost because the judges thought that the government officials are taking adequate actions in investigating this factory, and they should not give any interim injection to stop the production of this factory. But we are going to the Supreme Court. Now when I say we are going, and this matter is to be cleared today, because many of the people here, they feel that this is all being done by the trust. No. Trust, of course, is behind it, but the people, some of the people have taken up this matter in their personal capacity, and not a single paisa, not a single rupee is being spent out of the trust funds. And it is only because of few who have taken up upon themselves to finance this whole thing. So when this matter was picked up at the Supreme Court, there was an appeal, and on the bench, Delhi bench, there were 3 judges who admitted the appeal, our appeal. And they have kept the case on 11th of July, one day after Baba's silence anniversary. Now, a month earlier, about say 2 months back, there was a landmark judgment by the 2 of the 3 judges who were sitting down on our appeal case. And this judgment is really something which has come out in the newspapers all over India. This case was something like this, that a woman was burnt alive by her husband because of dowry. You know all that dowry cases are all the time very evident in India, all the time. Then, because the lady was burnt almost 100%, burns were on her, she could not even utter a word. But on her dying declaration, when the police asked as to what happened, she, by gestures, informed the police that my husband is responsible for this. And in order to, because the doctors had told them that she is not going to be alive for another half an hour even, so the police wanted to know as to really is it the case, because this is very essential. So again and again the police officer asked her, are you sure that your husband is the one who is responsible? And she says, yes, he is responsible. And subsequently the lady died. The case went on to the local court, and the guy was sentenced to a couple of years. He went to High Court, and the High Court said, giving a benefit of doubt, because the statement was not made by her speaking, but she just gestured, and the judges gave a benefit of doubt, and the guy was released. The state government took up this matter with the Supreme Court, and out of those 3 judges who had heard our appeal, 2 of them must have read Baba's books or something. So then they opined that if a saint like Avatar Meher Baba could give books after book, dictate the books after books, by gestures, by signs and all, and these books are being read throughout the world in thousands, why these gestures by this poor dying woman cannot be accepted as true? And that guy was again sentenced to 7 years imprisonment. That shows that all this gimmick of this chemical factory is nothing but to bring in some awakening somewhere or the other, almost everywhere in India, now that we hear Baba's name, in some way or the other. This is one of the things I wanted to tell you. Are there any questions, please? Yeah. Before I tell you something, I still remember Baba. Baba was giving darshan in Guru Prasad, as you know, and on the last day, he was in a hurry to go back to Marazan. And even after meeting him at Guru Prasad, people wanted to see him even at Ban Garden and take his last darshan before he actually left. And Baba must have agreed that all right, let them come over there. There was such a crowd, uncontrollable, that an old lady was standing right behind. She knew it very well that even if I tried to go near Baba's car, I will be run over, and it's better not to break my bones, otherwise who is going to look after me? But Baba knows everything. Baba really knows everything. When just in a glance, when Baba saw her waiting far out, somehow I was near Baba's door, and Baba gestured me to say that come, go and bring her. And she was brought. We made a way for her to come over, and as soon as she got Baba's darshan, Baba told the driver, now let's go. And off he went. So Baba was all the time looking everywhere. His nazar was every time everywhere. Talking about nazar, yeah. Before we left Mehrabad, one day before we left Mehrabad, Mansari says, do me a favor. Could you please take this Baba's prasad to all the houses? I said, why not? In fact, we were to bring it over, but then when Mansari told us that take it, then we definitely said yes with much pleasure. And when we met her on the day of our departure from Mehrabad, she said, Baba Negeban. Baba Negeban means, may Baba's nazar be on you. And that was the message she had given us also, that may Baba's nazar be on you all also. Jai Baba. Jai Baba. Now, there are a few things. Okay? We are all here. When we were here in 81, we saw so many children there at that time. So much so that, as she said, that there used to be a small camp over there looking after the children, right? They have all grown up. Some of them are just going to get married and all that. Some more are here. But these children, when we see them as Baba's gift to you all. It is a treasure. It seems that he has just taken it from his pocket and given it to you. When we see these young ones, so loving, so much of joy on their faces and all, it makes us really feel that Baba is really there, because I'm sure about it that these are all the ones who Baba loved so much and who are back again. So I think it will be nothing but the parents' duty to see that they are loved, they are guided, and they are not guided only but safeguarded by Baba's love. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.